talking to the ladies real quick. I know some of us are really into football, but have you been invited to join a fantasy football league and don't know exactly what to do? Because I have. So to get ahead of Jason Feinberg and Mike Davis, because I want to know what I should be doing as we go into this league. So right now I have some experts. I have Ian Ritchie from Full Time Fantasy, and I also have Kelly Singh, who is the VP of Marketing for Trophy Smack, to talk about the different trends we're seeing and different ways we can get involved and how I can win this season, because I really want to win. All right, so Kelly, I'm going to start with you. So I know that fantasy football, you're seeing more women be a part of it, but this actually means so much more than just football for you. So can you tell your story?
Yeah, of course. I've always been a part of the fantasy football community, I would say, but last year I had battled breast cancer, and instead of getting to come here and draft with my friends in the Circus Series, I was in the hospital. They put in a live stream for me so I could still participate, and it really showed me love and support from my community. They had still cookies and food with breast cancer ribbons. They took a photo with me on a laptop. So it was like I was still there and participating even though I wasn't. You know, community is so important with women, I think, in fantasy football.
No, and Ian, when we were telling that story and you were getting a little emotional. So what do you recall from that time?
Exactly what she said. It was magical. I got teary-eyed when it happened. When we were talking about it just now, I get a little teary-eyed because I know it meant a lot, not just to Kelly, but you know, we run the Women of Fantasy Football, where we bring in, you know, media personalities from around sports media, so they can all network together and kind of have this community feel. And so we did it last year with one draft of ladies, and this year there's two drafts. It's growing, and we want to have more and more sports media personalities out here. And you know, Kelly's story last year was really emotional for me, and I know for a lot of ladies there. And it just made us really want to grow this event.
I love that. I love that. Okay, so we are seeing more women. So I don't want to generalize, because there are some women who are really into it, but those who are not, what should we kind of be looking at this season to make sure we get good picks?
If you get a chance, I would join a community. So there is a group, Women of Fantasy Football, that partnered up with Ian and Full Time Fantasy, and they're amplifying voices of women in the sporting community, giving advice, making a safe space for women to ask questions and join leagues. So first, finding a great resource would be first. Second, read blogs. Learn who is going at what pick, find out what pick you are. If you're pick 5, what players are going at pick 5, and start making your strategies from there.
Okay. All right. So, Ian, I'm going to let you get down to like the nitty gritty. Who are some of the top prospects that we should be looking at this season?
Well, it depends on rounds, right? And Kelly and I in the green room were talking about some of the rookies that are sneaking up early, like Marvin Harrison Jr. Some of the players that some of the people haven't really heard of because they're new. There's Marvin Harrison Jr. There's Malik Neighbors. He's another rookie for the Giants. You know, as far as the Raiders have a tight end, Brock Bowers, who's from Georgia, who's a rookie they might not know about. And I think what Kelly said about getting a good resource to understand, not just to understand how the draft works, but to understand where people are being drafted, right? Because that's kind of the most important part. You want to look like you know what you're doing, right?
Yes.
And so you get involved with a community, like she said, like the Women of Fantasy Football, and they help you understand where you should be drafting players. And so you're not taking somebody in the 3rd round that you could take in the 10th round.
Okay.
And it makes it more comfortable and a better draft for you.
I do have to ask this. Is there such thing as a silly question? Because I know I ask a lot of them.
No.
Never.
Okay. Do you guys really mean that, or are you just saying
No,
that?
I mean it. That's
Okay.
part of Women of Fantasy Football, is we want you to ask all the questions.
Okay. All right. So if people want to join, and where can they find these resources and all that?
Yeah, mostly you could find us on the app formerly known as Twitter. Just Google in there, search Women of Fantasy Football, and you'll find us right away. And you can find me at Kelly in Phoenix. And there's so many amazing people out there ready to answer your questions and jump in and help you out. They'll probably try and recruit you into their leagues too.
I love that. Okay, so we have about 30 seconds. Just real quick from both of you, why do you think people should get more involved, especially more women should get involved in fantasy football?
I think more women should get involved in fantasy football because it's fun. I don't think it has anything to do with being a man or a woman, but there is that stigma. Get past the stigma, find your people, and have a good time.
Okay.
It really is about enjoying it. And so, you get to watch the games through a different lens. on Thursdays, Sundays, Mondays. There's so many games now each week that you want to be part of it. If you're in an office, if you're somewhere else, a lot of people play, and it makes you really feel like you're part of something. And so it's really just a lot of fun and really bonding for a lot of people.
All right. Well, Ian, Kelly, thank you guys both so much. Definitely looking forward to this season. I'm going to be asking you guys for help because I'm going to do well this season.
You will.
Yeah.
I'm claiming it now.